Well, hey, my friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire, the go-to podcast for content creators looking to grow their audience as well as their income. I'm so excited you're here. I'm your host, Melanie Ferguson. Well, hey, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited this week, you guys. We are rounding out the year. This is getting towards the nitty-gritty, the end of the year, where a lot of our stress comes from. And I just want to tackle the topic of why most content creators are quitting and how we can fix that. So, is that you? Have you ever thought about quitting in your business? Do you even have the option of quitting? Sometimes that can be our greatest enemy, is just knowing and thinking that we have the option to quit. And there is a quote about burning the boats. So that just means when you get to the island and you've taken a boat there and you are committed, then you're going to just burn the boat so that you don't have any temptation of turning back around and going the other direction. So that could be a great way to fix it, is just your mindset and how you are going to just take on the idea that it's not an option to quit, right? So, but I want to really dive in on three main ways that are main issues that are keeping people from staying in the game, as well as a new concept that I have kind of termed content fade. So the first reason that a lot of content creators quit is literally their niche. They don't have a clear niche. I have a freebie for you. It's called Pinpoint Your Passion. I will put a link in the show notes here for you. You go to creativesonfirepodcast.com/pinpoint your passion. And I'll put a link here again, like I said, for you to check it out. But it's literally going to walk you through how to narrow down all of those exciting paths that you have in front of you. It's going to talk about doing a brain dump, researching what would be the best niche for you and your personality. And then what is your field of favor? Like, where do you naturally achieve success without a whole lot of extra work? Because each of us is gifted with a specific set of talents. And some things come really easy to us, and others look at it like, how do you do that? How are you doing that? That is called your field of favor. And then, so I will put that in the show notes for you to figure out. But clearing your niche, getting it really crystal clear as to not only the audience you serve, but the subject that you want to cover. And I think someone who does this really, really well, and as of recent, is Miss Kelly Radcliffe. And I will put her episode below for you as well. If you missed it, go take a listen. She is a wealth of knowledge. She pivoted to a lifestyle niche, which all of us know is a little bit of everything, down all the way down to not only gardening, not only flowers, but a specific flower. She went straight in for zinnias. And that was her passion. That was exactly what she was very gifted at. And it came very easy for her. And she literally took off. She grew a brand new Instagram account to over 250,000 followers, and it has literally blessed her business. And she will be the first to tell you it was the best move she ever made, niching down. And it really kept her from quitting. I'm not saying that Kelly would have quitted, but she was really in a plateau over in her other business, other brand, that wasn't really pinpointed. It was a little bit of everything. So she will be the first to tell you that that is getting really, really focused was something that saved her business. The second concept I want to cover is consistency. A lot of creators are quitting because it's so dang hard to stay consistent. And that is what all the social media algorithms want. All of the blog posts have to be consistent. Your audience expects you to be consistent. It is just what it takes. And for a lot of us in the creative space, we don't really excel in the focused area, the consistent area. It's kind of why we went into business for ourselves, right? So I want you to really take some time here at the end of the year and just get really quiet and just think to yourself, what does consistent look like for me? I know there's gurus telling me to do this, do that, do it this many times a week, this many times a day. But what does it look like for me? Like if there were no guides, there were no manuals to tell us exactly what is expected, what is something that you could stick to? And make a point to make that a goal for you. Make a point to make that part of your plan for 2025. So, being consistent, showing up for your audience at the exact same time every single week or every single day, whatever that looks like for you, is going to create two things. It's going to create interest. People are interested, and trust. Trust. And that's huge. That is how we get people to know, like, and follow us, is to trust. They're like, oh, I know this person. This person shows up every Friday. This person shows up every month. This person shows up every day at 10. So creating that consistency is going to help you not quit, because there's nothing more frustrating than pumping out content and being a little bit random with it and not going anywhere. No traction, no growth, no money coming in from it. And so being consistent will fix that quickly. That also means being consistent in your marketing. So I know we think about consistency, we think about showing up in live video or short form videos or video, period. But being consistent in your marketing is also going to be key for staying in the game. And that just means that like your SEO, like your keywords that you use over and over and over, they're going to drive traffic that you would not have had otherwise. And SEO doesn't have to just mean a blog, my friend. SEO is everywhere. So that is search engine optimization. That is where you're going to take your keywords. You need to pick 3 to 5 keywords that are specific for your exact niche and the audience you're wanting to reach, and use them everywhere. Use them in your branding, your even the name of your business if you can. Definitely in your messaging and all over your shops that you have, anything for sale, you're going to want to have consistent SEO and marketing. This is going to give you, again, that trust, because people look at that and they're like, oh, I'm familiar. And when they feel familiar, they feel comfortable and they feel ability to buy, right? All right. So we've got a clear niche, clear audience, consistency in showing up, and consistency in our SEO and branding marketing strategy. And then last but not least, I want to talk about this concept that I totally made up. Well, I kind of borrowed it from the podcast world. And in the podcast world, the statistics are so high for quitting. Most podcasts don't go more than 12 episodes. And I think that statistic has gone even higher, as in lower. Like, I think it's more like 8 episodes and then people quit. And they call it pod fade. So I was like, well, what about content fade? I think that content fade is a lot like pod fade. It is where we are actually just drowning in the creation of content and have no ability to keep up. And it will burn us out. I think another term for it would be burnout. But content fade, just where we want to quit because it is so hard to just throw spaghetti at the wall. We need to create content that gets our audience like craving more and feeling like they have a deeper connection with us. And that's going to come through that branding, that consistent showing up, that consistent SEO, the terms you use, all of the things pointing back to a very clear group of people. Now, I also feel like we get content fade when we fall prey to the weeds. And what I mean by that is, in the restaurant world, if you're super busy and slammed and they've triple sat you, which just means you got like 3 customer tables all in a row and you're trying to serve all of them at once and you didn't expect it, it's called being in the weeds. And it's a concept where you just can't see your way out because the weeds are so thick. So what I feel like is, in content fade, you get so busy working down in your business, in the content creation, in the editing, in the deciding what you're going to create next, that you cannot see. You cannot see how to work on your business. And that is a lose-lose. That is a quick road to quitting because you will feel the burnout, the content fade. I know that I used to struggle with editing, and I used to take like 80 pictures of a project before I would find one that I thought was worthy of putting on my blog site. Oh my goodness, you guys, that is so bad. And also, just with the AI, a lot of it is good enough. You don't have to have it perfect just to get it out there to the world. And I want to encourage you to just do good enough to get it out there to your audience. You've got to get something out there. I know I also used to struggle in another life with getting to places on time. And that is just a creative flaw is we're always late. And we put that on ourselves. And I remember I would always be putting on my makeup super last minute. And while I'm putting on my makeup, specifically my mascara, because it's the last thing, I would be putting that mascara on. I would be thinking, Melanie, hurry up. They don't care what you look like. And they won't even remember what you look like. They'll remember how you made them feel so unimportant because you were late and you did not respect their time. Think of your business that way. Your content only has a small shelf life. It only sometimes on some of these platforms lives for minutes, not even hours, much less days, weeks, and months, right? So it's more important to get something out there consistently than for it to be perfect. So I'm going to challenge you to only edit, if you struggle with this editing situation like myself, to only edit as long as it took you to create it. So if you just took a 15-second video and you're trying to use that as, say, a short form video of maybe 10 seconds, don't spend more than 15 seconds editing it. Like literally slap some music on that thing and get it out there, because I'm telling you, it is the stealer of joy. It is what is going to take away our confidence, our happiness, our hope for being able to sustain this business in the long run. So get out of your own way, get yourself a clear niche, get consistent, and avoid that content fade like the plague. And you will fix it, my friend. You will not be one of the statistics of these people who are quitting left and right. So I wish you luck. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Always be sure to go back and leave comments in show notes over on the blog if you have time. But definitely, if you haven't already, I would super, super appreciate it if you would go leave a review. I'm going to put a specific link in this episode. That could be like the best birthday gift. My birthday was this last week and Christmas is coming up. It could be my birthday Christmas. What would that be? My birthmas gift to me, Melanie, is to give me a podcast review. Just if you've been listening, even like just was your first episode and you got anything from it, leave me a podcast review. I'm going to put a link where you can do that for me. Until next time, my friend, don't ever forget, you are one of a kind and no one is you. So keep that, hold it tight to your chest as your secret weapon, because that is your superpower.